in front of everyone. The agenda, as you all know, is standard. So we will proceed. Is there anyone who wants to add anything onto the agenda? No.
Move
Can
for adoption.
someone move for adoption of the agenda?
I move for adoption, Chairperson.
In front of everyone is the agenda, as you all know, is.
I second, Chairperson.
BB seconds. Thank you very much. Is there anyone who wants to open the meeting and welcome everybody? Can we look at apologies?
Move for adoption.
Move for adoption of the agenda.
I move for adoption, Chairperson.
Chair, I do not have any apologies.
The agenda, as you all know, is.
I second, Chairperson.
I must say that I spoke to the deputy chairperson yesterday by telephone. Thank you very much. And he was going to join us and welcome everybody. Can we look at apologies? Yeah, but she may not be perhaps be joining us on time. But let's see what happens.
Chair?
Yes.
I see the deputy chairperson is in the meeting.
She's here. Okay, no, that's fine. No, that's good. No apologies. So let's look at the minutes dated the 25th of November 2021. The minutes of the 25th. Let's start with corrections. Let's start with corrections first, page 1 of the minutes. Page 2, any corrections on page 2? Apologies there. As stated under 2, consideration of the minutes of dated 11 November, matters arising, consideration of the parliamentary program. Page 3, any corrections on page 3? Report on select committee business and report on legislation before the NCOP. Page 4, corrections on page 4. Ratification of agreement, access to amended convention, international conventions, African Charter on Statistics, other matters before the committee on page 5. Page 5. Page 6. Page 6 from the legislative program. The following are bills recently passed and sent to the president. Domestic violence, criminal procedure, and so on. Page 6, corrections on page 7. Overview of 2021 revenue and appropriation, main budget, adjustment budget, tax bills, closure. Okay, there we are. No corrections. That being the case, can we look at the adoption of these minutes as a true record of what transpired at our previous meeting? Can we have someone with me?
It's Nyambi. Greetings to everybody and to you, Chair. I move that we
Sorry,
adopt
Chair,
the minutes,
before he moved, Chair.
Yes.
Chair, on the register, my name is not there, and I was present.
We are present.
It's there, Mama.
Kule abangithumelele yona angikho.
You are number 2.
Yes. But kule enginayo la angikho.
We are guided by what they are presented on the screen, Mama.
Yeah. Okay, Chair, it's fine.
Okay. No, thank you very much. Okay. So see correction. Ngwenya. Okay. Any other any other correction? No. So let's go on. Now let's move on to the adoption of the minutes. Any second?
I'll second, Chair.
Second, Chairperson.
Okay. We take one name, Gwenya. Seconds. Thank you very much. We'll then move to the next item, matters arising. Advocate, can you take us through the action list?
Thank you very much. The action list is as distributed. On the 25th of November, we had the Joint Programming Committee. We had a sitting, questions to Cluster 2A, Social Services. We had on the 30th, the sitting, questions to Cluster 2B, Social Services. Then on the 2nd of December, we had a sitting, questions to Cluster 2C, Social Services. On the 7th of December, we had a sitting, the debate on the Division of Revenue Amendment Bill, as well as consideration of several reports, including the report on the Joint Committee on Ethics. We also, on the 8th of December, yesterday, Chair, there was an annual Charlotte Matlake lecture. Today, we have the Programming Committee. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Any comment on the action list? None. Thank you very much. We'll pass this item and move to item 6, consideration of the parliamentary program. Honorable Njadu. Honorable Njadu.
Yes, thank you, Chair.
Yes, please
Yeah.
proceed.
Okay. Thank you, Chair. Good morning, Chairperson, Deputy Chair, and Chief Whip and Chairpersons of House Chairpersons and all the members of the programming. Chairperson, we will be presenting the last part of the 4 term for 2021, which was consulted with joint programming of the 2 houses, and also it was consulted with the whippery yesterday. Chairperson, will start today. It's the 9th of December that we'll have our programming today, and then we will have then at 10 o'clock a caucus, and then at the afternoon today we will have a a plenary, which will be the debate on the 16 days of activism, which the theme of the debate will be moving from awareness to accountability. Just to highlight that, Chairperson. And then there's a number of reports and consideration of reports that will be dealt with. Then Chairperson, the 10th, which will be Friday, it will be NCOP Rules Committee. And then that is Friday. And then on the 14th, Chairperson, the 14th of December, we will be having a plenary. We'll be also dealing with committees' reports, and the first item there will be the National Amendment Gambling Bill, and then we'll have a number of other bills that will be and reports that will be dealt with on the 14th. And then on the 15th, Chairperson, which will be the last day for this year, 2021, we should be dealing with the consideration of the rates and monetary amounts amendment bill, and also the main item on the items will be the adjustment appropriations bill, and then will be farewell speeches. So it will also be a very long day on Tuesday, Wednesday, which is the 15th. That will be the last day of the fourth term. Then the constituency period, Chairperson, for the fourth term, 2021, will be 16 to the 24th of December, and the leave period will be 27 to December to the 28th of January, 2022. That is in terms of the fourth term, Chairperson. Then I will continue with the framework and also the first term for 2022. So the framework, Chairperson, for 2022, the framework will be, I will only focus on the first term in detail. The framework is there for all the 4 terms of 2022. And then the main things, just to highlight, Chairperson, for the first term will be the joint sitting SONA, and so the debate on the presidential State of the Nation address, reply from the President to debate on State of the Nation address, which will be the 10th February, SONA, 14, 15 will be the debate on the President's State of the Nation, and then the 16 will be the reply. So that's to highlight that with main issues which will be on the first term, which will be starting from the 31st of January to the 25th of March, which will be 8 weeks. The first term will be 8 weeks. Chairperson, then let me then go to the provincial matters. The provincial matters will be the state of the province's addresses, and also the provincial budget debates is highlighted there in terms of provinces need still to popularize their dates in terms of the state of the provinces and also the budgets for the provinces. Then, Chairperson, let's go then to the first term. The first term for 2022 will be from the 31st of January, which at first week will be focusing from the Tuesday, the 1st of February will be workshop and intergovernmental relations, and that for a full week. And then the Friday will be committees. Then Chairperson, from the 24th to the 28th of February will be members training for that week. And then the Friday will be also committees. Then the week of the 7th to the 11th of February, the 9th of February will be provincial whips forum. And the 10th of February will be a joint sitting as highlighted, and the State of the Nation address by the President, which will be the 10th. And the Friday, the 11th, will be joint committees. Then, Chairperson, the 14th of February.
We've lost sound, Chairperson.
Yes, there may be a problem there with your system downward, but the presenter is audible. Let's try and see if you can be assisted. If the table can try and then assist downward.
Thank you. Now I'm back.
Okay, Chairperson, we are on the 14th of February. The 14th of February will be a joint sitting hybrid, a debate on the President's State of the Nation. And the 15th will be the joint sitting again on the resumption of the debate on President's State of the Nation. 16 will be the provincial whips. And we continue with the afternoon with a joint sitting, which will be hybrid, the President's reply to the debate. Then the Friday, the 17th, Thursday, the 17th will be programming committee and caucus. Then, Chairperson, on the 18th of February, 18th of February will be Friday, the Women's Charter. Will be the Women's Charter 2021 Women's Charter accelerated developments. It will be 2 sessions in the morning and again in the afternoon. The Women's Charter accelerated development report. And then on the 22nd of February, we'll be having a ministerial briefing on national crime prevention. And then the Wednesday will be only committees, the 23rd of February will be only committees. Then on the 24th of February, Chair, will be 10 o'clock will be caucus. And then we'll have a plenary, which will be the debate on mental health. That is the 24th of February. 25th of February, again, we'll have a women's charter, which will be in Mpumalanga. And then we'll also have a women's charter, Eastern Cape. That is on the 25th of February. Then on the 1st of March, will be NCOP Committee Strategic Planning Annual Review Session. And then on the 2nd of March, we will have a Provincial Whips Forum. And also the NCOP Committee Strategic Planning will continue on the 2nd of March. 3rd of March, Chairperson Programming Committee in the morning. Then it's a multi-women's caucus. Then NCOP Committee Strategic Planning will also continue on the 3rd of March. Then the 4th of March will be joint committees. Then the 7th of March will be a Monday. I will further in the end give more detail on that, Chair, is that we'll have the Ministerial Joint Ethics Committee on a Monday. I will further clarify that, Chair, at the last, when I finish the Ethics Committee in terms of the request of the Ethics Committee was presented to the Whippery yesterday. Then on the Tuesday, we will have a ministerial briefing on human settlement. Then a ministerial briefing on human settlement, and then we'll have a debate on the Wednesday, the 9th of March, debate on the Women's Charter development. Then Thursday, the 10th of March, will be caucus, Chairperson, and then we'll have a plenary questions to the Deputy President. Then on the 11th of March, we'll have a Women's Charter development, which will be the Western Cape. 14th of March, we'll have a ministerial briefing session on water and sanitation. On the 16th of March, we'll have a Provincial Whips Forum and a Women's Charter Review Law High-Level Session. And also on the Thursday, the 17th of March, we'll have a Program Committee and then a multi-women's caucus.
Should be down now. Yeah, but me, I'm in a meeting. Okay.
In the afternoon, Chairperson, we'll have a plenary, which will be a debate on the state of capacity, on the state capacity. Then the 18th of March, we'll have a program on 2021 Women's Development, which will be the Free State. Then Tuesday, the 22nd of March, we'll have a ministerial briefing session on poverty and hunger.
Okay,
and
thanks.
23rd of March, Chairperson, will be Provincial Whips Forum, sorry, and also Provincial Women's Charter Development, which will be in Limpopo. Then on the 24th of March will be program committee, and then followed by caucus 10 o'clock. And then we'll have the debate, which is sponsored by the FF Plus. The sponsored by the FF Plus, the topic is the relevance of Black broad-based economic empowerment and employment, which is sponsored by the FF Plus. That is on the 24th of March. 25th of March, Chair, will be 29th of March will be Provincial Week. 30 March and 30 that week will be a Provincial Week, but we'll also have a multi-party women's caucus in that week. And that full week will be Provincial Week. Then, Chairperson, the constituency period for the first term of the 2022 will be from the 1st to the 15th of April 2022. Yeah, that is the constituency period. Then lastly, Chairperson, let me just explain further on the Ethics Committee, which was yesterday tabled to the Whippery, is that the Ethics Committee, as Monday specific Mondays that they would want to have quarterly meetings as the Ethics Joint Committee from the two houses, which will be the 7th of March, 11th of April, 9th of May, 6th of June, 4th of July. That is the dates, specific Mondays that the Ethics Committee jointly from the two houses will be meeting in 2022. Just another highlight, Chairperson, that came out of the meeting yesterday was the matter of the National Assembly. Yesterday they have finished their last 4th term. Now the NCOP is still going to continue until next week, Wednesday. And the matter is that the dining room will be closed, and also the issue of the National Council of Province members will still travel. So that matter is a matter that was to be brought to the attention so that the members of the NCOP not be stranded in terms of the members' claims, and also the dining room which will be closed. So, Chairperson, those are the matters which was highlighted, and that is the program presented. Thank you very much. Thank you, Chair. Chairperson.
Chairperson.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Hello, yeah, let's continue. There are comments on the program.
Yes, Chair.
Yes.
Thanks, Chairperson. Also, thank you for the presentation of the program. Chair, I wanted to respond in terms of the facilities of the Parliament on transport and the dining room. Chair, yesterday I did report this. The acting secretary was in a meeting. She promised that they are going to open, and they are also going to open the facilities. But I think, Chair, we need to monitor. Each member maybe is going to be told that the kitchen is closed, and maybe the claims cannot be submitted because they've been closed on the 10th. But Chair, I need also to ask the Chief Whip to assist on this matter, because I've seen, Chair, always when the NA is closed, then NCOP also suffer. Hence, I'm asking the Chief Whip to assist me in terms of this. Members will phone me and said, bavalile, akuna execution, bavalile, angwazi ukufaka ama-claims am. They must consider as chair, they mustn't make NCOP as if it's a stepchild of the Parliament. I believe that we are all members of Parliament that need to be treated the same, Chairperson. Thank you.
No, point noted. Any other comment on the program? None. Thank you very much.
Okay.
The issues are so noted. Then we should move on to the next item, which is item 7, report on select committee business and report of legislation for select committee. Yeah.
There's a voice.
Yes, advocate.
Chair, I'm sure advocate heard that I wanted to speak, but I think it's not something that is so important, but it needs our attention, and it is the fact that Honorable Njadu just mentioned it in passing that after the NAF closed down, some of the amenities and apartments will also be closed down. But I'm not worried about the issue of the restaurant, but I'm more worried about the fact that it seems as if members will not be able to get the claims processed. And I would request that the Chief Whip and the Chairperson assist us in addressing this with the Speaker so that our members will not have any problems if they want to. Because I saw that the due date for claims, final claims, is the 14th of December. But it seems now as if the NCOP members will be disadvantaged. Let us just make sure that we address it. I'm just mentioning it. I don't think it's a discussion.
No, thank you very much. Deputy Chair, thank you very much. The issue again is noted and we pursued outside of this meeting. Chief Whip, please note the issue.
I can comment if you want, Chair, on the matter.
Yes, you can make a brief comment.
The Whippery Forum yesterday did consider logistics necessary to make it easy for members until the House rise on the 15th of December. We acknowledge that Parliament has two houses. The NA will wrap up its business on the 10th, but that doesn't mean the end of logistic support that the member support unit should provide to the NCOP members. So we had flagged those issues and we have assigned the advocate to do necessary work to ensure the Secretary of Parliament accordingly provide necessary support to members of the NCOP. Should that fail, it could be necessary then to escalate the matter because we didn't understand any reason why support should be provided, comprehensive support that is normally granted to members of Parliament should be continue until the NCOP rise on the 15th. Thanks, Chair. We'll deal with other detailed matters outside here as you suggested. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's then move on to, having noted the point, move on to select committee business and report of legislation before select committees. Choma. Honorable Nyambi.
Thank you, Chair. Greetings to you and colleagues. It is with sense of fulfillment that I present the year's last report on the activities of committees. Looking back where we started, Chairperson, especially under COVID-19 conditions, it is safe to say we have covered distances which we did not know exist. The learning process has not stopped yet, Chair. We learn new lessons every day. Just yesterday, the meeting of the whips recommended that we should have a serious look at how we process committee reports as they seem to stampede every last day of the year. We are definitely strengthening that area of concern, Chair, as raised yesterday. Coming to committee programs, Chair, we have processed committee programs for the first term in 2022 with minimum changes to the programs of committees in the current fourth and final term as correctly presented by programming with Honorable Njadu. Coming to the budget instrument, Chair, the following budget instruments are currently serving before the Select Committee on Appropriations as follows. The first one is the medium-term budget policy statement, MTBPS, which is aimed to finish on December 14, with the House considering the same the next day. The second one is the adjustment appropriation bill, which it hopes to finalize on the 14th of December, with the House considering it on the 15th of December, which is our last day. Coming to interventions, Chair, the Select Committee on COPTA is processing a total of 11 notices of interventions and withdrawal of interventions in terms of Section 39 and various subsections. Extensions of interventions and progress reports in various municipalities. These municipalities are in the Western Cape, KwaZulu-Natal, Mpumalanga, and Gauteng. The number is similar to the one which we reported on the last reporting cycle, Chairperson. International agreements. The Select Committee on Security and Justice is dealing with 3 international agreements. The number is one down from the last reporting cycle, with one agreement having been finalized yesterday. The agreement has not yet been allocated finishing dates, and they are: the first one is the ratification of the agreement between the Republic of India, the Federative Republic of Brazil, and the Republic of South Africa on the IPSA Fund for the alleviation of poverty and hunger, tabled in terms of Section 231, subsection 2 of the Constitution. The accession to the amended Convention for the Protection, Management, and Development of the Marine and Coastal Environment of the Western Indian Ocean, Nairobi Convention, in terms of Section 231, subsection 2 of the Constitution. The International Convention of the Suppression and Punishment of the Crime of Apartheid, adopted by the General Assembly of the United Nations on the 30th of November 1973, tabled in terms of Section 231, subsection 2 of the Constitution. There is also international agreement within the competency of the Select Committee on Health and Social Services, Chair, as follows. That is the protocol to the African Charter on Human and People's Rights on the rights of persons with disability in Africa, tabled in terms of Section 231, subsection 2 of the Constitution. An explanatory memorandum thereto. Minister in the Presidency for Women, Youth, and People with Disability. The finishing date is correctly captured by Honorable Njano. That would be the 22nd of March 2022. That is next year, Chair. Coming to executive undertakings. Executive undertakings stand at 50, which is similar to the previous reporting cycle. There is also one petition which the committee is handling. Other matters before committees, Chairperson. There are 8 other matters which are being considered by different committees. Some of these matters have finishing dates, whilst others still have to be allocated finishing dates. The Select Committee on COGTA accounts for the majority of matters, as in the previous reporting cycle, as they are dealing with interventions, as I've already mentioned, Chair, which is 4 matters specifically for the Select Committee on COGTA. Then the Select Committee on Transport, Public Service and Administration, Public Works and Infrastructure, it's only 1 matter. Select Committee on Security Justices, 2 matters. Select Committee on Finance, 1 matter. I so tabled the report. Chairperson, Mr. Bell will deal with the part of legislation. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
No, thank you very much. Any comment on the report? Honorable Nyambi? Comment? None. The report is so noted. We will move on to item 8. Mr. Bear, on legislation and other matters.
Thank you, Chairperson, and good morning. Just a few items to mention to you this morning on the bills before Parliament. You'll see highlighted under paragraph A, the Pension Funds Amendment Bill. This is a private member's bill, and the motion of desirability was rejected, so I don't think the bill is going to go anywhere. The Standing Committee on Appropriations reported on the Adjustments Appropriation Bill last night, which is on for debate tomorrow, and then it will come to your house. Under paragraph B, Chairperson, number 11, that bill was passed, I think, on Tuesday in the National Assembly of Provinces, and is now back with the National Assembly because of amendments affected by the NCOP. Paragraph C, Chairperson, sees a bit of activity. The number 2, 5, 6, 7, and 8 were all reported on in the last week, and all of those bills are on for debate either next Tuesday or next Wednesday. Chairperson, then as asked previously or directed previously, I always submit a report on legislation, and it contains information that is germane to the issue, but is not necessarily deemed as bills before Parliament. It gives you information about the LGB's legislative program for the year, new bills coming in, and bills that we have already sent to the President for assent. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I'm sure this will become more and more useful to members of the program committee. Are there any comments on the report by Ann Bear? Any comment? Thank you very much. The report is noted, and that takes us to the last item, which is closure. So without any waste of time, the matters have been dealt with. The meeting is declared closed. So we adjourn. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairperson.
Thanks, Chairperson.
No, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Chair.
Recording stopped.
Thank you, Chairperson Bai.